What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. This is where I talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff. We love to talk about movies, video games, comic books, TV shows, and May the 4th be with you. That's right, this is Star Wars Day, and thank you so much for joining me here on this Star Wars Day. Wanted to talk a little bit about the new Disney Plus show that is out, Disney Gallary, The Mandalorian. This is supposed to be, I think, an 8-part series. Each episode's about a half hour long, that goes over the making of The Mandalorian. First episode dropped. What did I think of the first episode? It's pretty entertaining. Pretty insightful. This episode went over the directors of The Mandalorian. They talked about the directors of The Mandalorian and the creative choices that those directors made and what they each brought to the table as far as The Mandalorian is concerned. I wanted to focus on a few of them here though during this session. First of all, you've got Bryce Dallas Howard. This is her first time ever directing, and I loved that Jon Favreau is the showrunner of The Mandalorian, by the way, and I love that Jon Favreau said she's a rookie, so we threw her into the hardest episode because she wouldn't know any different. And I love that. That's that trial by fire, right? They threw her into the episode that involved water, involved a forest environment. It involved, it was the episode where the village defended themselves against the creatures living in the woods, and they had the walker, which was an entertaining episode. Bryce Dallas Howard definitely brought it and did a good job. But I loved her stories about how her dad, Ron Howard, had her on set of these movies and how she wanted to become a director. So seeing her, an actress that I know very well, the Jurassic World movies, countless other movies, seeing her in this director role really showed a different side of her, and I'm definitely enjoying the fact that she's wanting to follow in her father's footsteps, become a director, and I just hope to see her continue to grow in that capacity. Let's see here. Taika Waititi, I love that Jon Favreau called him the ringer. He said, "You're the ringer. You were the ringer in this," because Taika Waititi has directed big budget motion pictures, Thor Ragnarok. He was an Academy Award nominee with Jojo Rabbit. He's done television. So Taika Waititi was definitely that highlight name that they put at the top of the list of directors. And he knew that. Taika Waititi knew that, and he played to that in this show. He talked about how, this was all just amateur hour. I was actually embarrassed to be a part of the production. Clearly he was kidding. He came out and laughed about it when he was done with this little monologue, but it was hilarious. It was very Taika Waititi. The way that he approached his little segment of this episode. They had Deborah Chow, and Deborah Chow definitely, to me, brought a very analytical approach. She wanted to make sure, she was very, struck me as being very, business-like, I guess. I'm here to do a job. We're going to do this job. We're going to do it well. So Deborah Chow definitely brought that to me. Let's talk about Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni is a legend in the Star Wars community. He's responsible for the Clone Wars. He's responsible for Rebels. And for years, people have been saying Dave Filoni should be directing Star Wars movies. He should be the head of Star Wars. He should be the Kevin Feige of the Star Wars universe. And I've been one of the people saying it. Dave Filoni needs to have more responsibility in the Star Wars universe. All that being said, he didn't have the experience. He never directed live action. And that's a hurdle. Live action is different than animation. But in this episode, he made it clear that he sought out Jon Favreau. And he wanted to be mentored by Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau is one of the greats. Jon Favreau is one of the greats. Go back and look at his filmography. Yeah, he did Cowboys and Aliens. A stinker, but he's also done great stuff. Iron Man 2. He's done Elf, the Jungle Book, The Lion King. Jon Favreau has a great resume, and the fact that Dave Filoni is seeking Jon Favreau out to be mentored by him, That shows how smart Dave Filoni is. So I honestly look for Dave Filoni to be directing a Star Wars movie sooner rather than later. Honestly, I do. Because I think Jon Favreau has a lot of influence in the Star Wars universe now, in the behind the scenes. He has a lot of influence. And I think that influence is going to help propel Dave Filoni to a bigger role himself in the Star Wars universe. So yeah, this was an interesting show. You know, that I loved hearing the insights from the directors, and I love some of the behind the scenes shots. You know, some of the shots before special effects were added, etc., etc. Anxious to see where they take it from here. You know, the first episode focused on the directors. Curious to see where they're going to go from here. But this is an answer to the fact that we aren't going to have any more live action Star Wars for a while. I think season 2 of The Mandalorian is the next one that we're getting. And who knows when that's going to happen now with the Rona out there. So this documentary is definitely an answer to that. I feel like this may not even been something that was originally intended, but Disney knew they had to do something to get original content out there, and I feel like, you know, this documentary was an easy answer. It's basically special features on the Blu-ray, on the Mandalorian Blu-ray. It's basically what it is. But people love watching special features, especially Star Wars fans. So why not repackage it as a show instead of just putting it on special feature tabs on the Mandalorian? It's a good call by Disney Plus. It's going to keep the Star Wars fans happy for a little bit. And, you know, the next 8 weeks we've got some Star Wars content coming out. May not be actual content in universe, but it's still Star Wars content that's going to happen over the course of the next 2 months. And that's what Disney Plus needed. So I'm anxious to see whether this is going to be an entertaining show, whether it's going to hold my attention for 8 weeks. But so far, so good. I enjoyed episode 1. What did you think of Disney Gallery, The Mandalorian? Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy hearing the director commentary? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, thank you for being here at the LQ Review, where we talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff we love to talk about. Until next time, we'll see you later.